everybody, welcome back to the channel. Man, I really gotta clean this thing, don't I? It's all full of like summer dust. I don't think I've cleaned it in the last 4 or 5 rides. Look, yeah, not good. Is it on there right? Anyway, yeah, so for the second video in a row now, I'm starting out the ride with a little case of the brown bottle flu on the go. 56 for Supreme. As I'm sure you're all aware, the World Series was on last night. Tragically, the Dodgers won. It was quite the run for the Blue Jays, and we really thought they were going to take it, but I can't believe the gas pump is talking over me here. Anyway, yeah, tragically, the Blue Jays did not win. But you know what? Hats off to the Dodgers. They played a great series. What do we take today? About $15 as usual. Yeah, so Dodgers played a great series. We're a little sad, of course, that the Blue Jays didn't win, but that's all you can do, right? Anyway, okay, let me pay for this gas, and let's go meet Tyler. I think we're going to do some mudding today. First time in a while. Man, I really got to watch this thing, don't I? Holy cow. Yeah, alright, let's get going here. Anyway, yeah, as I was saying, for the second video in a row, I got a pretty good brown bottle flu going on here this morning because I was up pretty late watching most everybody, I guess. Up watching that epic battle between the Dodgers and Toronto. Unfortunately for us and the Canadians, yeah, don't worry about us, man. Yeah, you go on, lad. Anyway, yeah, like I said, it was an epic battle, winning the extra innings and everything, but in the end, the Dodgers won, and I mean, rightfully so. They came when they needed to. They put the numbers on the board. You can't take it away from them. Hats off to the Dodgers. What a great series. I'm sad it's over. It's one of the best things I love about Canada in general, you know, because we don't have so many teams. You know, like that's the only professional baseball in Canada. So like when they're in a big situation like the World Series or whatever, the whole country comes together around it, you know. It's awesome, man. I love it. Anyway, we're probably gonna get a little bit of a wind noise today. Try my best to keep it down. Try my best to keep the camera clean. Like I said, we haven't, in the last, I don't know, probably dozen videos now, we haven't really done a whole lot of mudding. These are our XMRs. I think today we're going to do a little bit of mudding. Hopefully we don't tear any CV boots. That's the biggest pain in the butt about mudding, man. Like the Can-Am CV boots are made of plastic, not rubber or something. You know, it's like, don't take a whole lot to puncture one. Hopefully that doesn't happen. Wish me luck. Fingers crossed. Anybody out there's watching, cross your fingers for me. Anyway, let's go meet Tyler. Alright, and we're back. Look, he's making me look bad again. Look, got his bike all cleaned up. Mine, haven't seen a pressure washer in, I don't know, must be 4 or 5 rides now. Like I said, I just don't seem to be able to find the time to be at it, man. You ride, and then you put it back in the shed, and between kids' activities and life and work and all that, I just don't seem to be able to find the time. I opened up the shed next Sunday, and I'm like, all right, I haven't washed it since. So yeah, anyway, so since we had these machines, we've been mostly, as for anybody that follows the channel, you know, we've been mostly doing kind of trail rides, I guess, exploration rides, what have you, whatever you want to call it. But today I think we're going to go up the pole line. We haven't done that for a long time, and anybody that's been around the channel for a while would have known that in our Renegade / Assassinator days, that was our neighborhood. We basically lived there. That's why we don't know about any trails around here, because for about 5 years straight, all we did was go up the pole line. Yeah. So we'd either go up the pole line and back the track, or up the track and back the pole line, you know, and rip the Renegades. But we haven't been up there, well, you haven't up there at all on this. This one here hasn't had any mud on it at all, I don't think. So, yeah. Anyway, we're going to go up there and check it out. I don't think it'll be as a big, crazy, wheelie Assassinator rip. That's twice I said Assassinators now in the first 30 seconds here. So how many times, let's play a drinking game. How many times will I refer to the Assassinators today and talk about how much I missed them when we're in the mud? Okay, anyway, let's go. Get up there. Have a look. We'll meet you up there. Alright, sorry about the wind noise again. Yeah, here we are. First time back on the pole line in a really long time. We'll see how it goes. Certainly, like I said, certainly won't be as mad as we used to be, but let's see how we can do here.
Been a long time.
Been a long time, yeah. Half nervous. Hopefully we don't break anything. the things they really miss about the Renegade, hey, is not that this can't do a wheelie, but the Renegade is really, really good at just kind of what we always call brapping over stuff. Just makes very challenging mud holes a lot less challenging. But we'll see how these guys do. I'm sure they'll be fine. Still XMRs after all, aren't they? Man, it's been a long time since we've been up here. Holy cow. This was like our backyard for, I don't know, like I said, like probably 5 years straight. There we go. We're a bit more weary these days. A bit older, a bit less, or a bit more out of shape than previously. Look how much is after overgrown, holy cow. But it's not really almost about that, man. Just honestly, it's just really tired of breaking the thing all the time. That's what kind of gets you out of modding after a while. You just get sick of always having to fix the thing. And then riding in this type of terrain, you know, yeah, it's bog, but there's full of stumps, rocks, and sticks, and man, all kinds of junk that can just give you a bad day. I know it sounds like I'm being a bit of a buzzkill about it, but literally after, like I said, 6 or 7 years straight of doing it, we just got kind of tired of it. But we're missing it a little bit today, so we said, shag it, let's come out and have a little mud run out of it. Nothing serious. Probably go up that way, hey? Yeah, like once upon a time, we would just come up here, cross over this right here, and then just go full throttle across there. Yeah, like so, we just go in here and then get over there and back up and just rip it all the way across there. But like I said, those days are over now. Well, for the time being, anyway. Who knows? I was talking to somebody on YouTube the other day and asked me about modding videos, and I said, you know what, we might still do some. We might do some modding, which we're doing today, or I don't know. One of these days, I might buy another Renegade. Just keep this for my trail rig. Have the Renegade for money. Yeah, see, so again, we would normally just rip right across this, but you ain't using the big paddle Assassinator tires. Not as easy as it used to be. See you going. We're scared of it. It happens when you get out of practice, man. Oh, it's pretty wet underneath. Oh, this still rips pretty good though, but not bad. Took a man's way, look, went through the mud. Man, oh man, we used to drag race each other up this. Now times have changed. But we made it. One of us got stuck. That's the main thing. Well, we made it.
Going through?
No. I think the biggest difference, of course, right, is chalk one up on the Assassinator mentioned count. Is that I find that, you know, when you give her the gas, she sinks, she wants to dig in, versus what we were so used to for all those years on the Assassinators, that it would just kind of pull you back, right? And I mean, you're using a 3.5-inch lug base tire. Anytime you give it the throttle, it just wants to come up because the tires dig in. But
they're still pretty good.
They're pretty good for stock tires, man. I don't know. There seems to be opinions of them seem to vary online, but I don't know, from my own experience, she wasn't too bad. I found to come across the other day, like, I was only going fairly slow, but once you get a little bit of speed built up, get a bit of momentum going, and you stay on top of it, it's not bad.
I gave it a throttle some couple times and it just spun.
It wants to spin, yeah. Yeah, we're missing that traction, right? But I mean, that's it. You're using a 1.5-inch, 2-inch lug versus a 3.5-inch lug. Hopefully we didn't break. I'm so paranoid about the boots, man. So far,
shouldn't be too bad. Like no big steep terrain.
yeah, that's right. Yeah, because like I was saying earlier in the video, guys, these Can-Am boots, if you touch them, they look like, look, see how rigid they are? It's not squishy, right? And it's like, it just lends itself to wanting to be punctured. So hopefully that's not going to happen today.
No. We got up there, like we turn left to go down towards the track and then up the track.
Yeah, yeah.
And up through the beaver now. I don't see much wires in the beaver pond.
Yeah, it's been a while since we've been in there, hey? Let's set up a little bit. Yeah, I think, you know, like I said, Tyler and I have both semi-retired from the mud scene, but you still miss it, man. Still enjoy a bit of mudding once in a while. Albeit a little bit tamer than we used to be. That's okay. Check the camera here. Like almost nostalgic to be back in here. Just haven't been in here, man, so long. A bit of water on the trail. Surprised. Yeah, 'cause we really haven't had that much rain, but a little bit the other night from the Hurricane Melissa. Apparently our local weather guy Eddie Shear is telling us that there's a big storm coming this week, which is only really good for us, man, because we really need this rain. Like I was telling you a couple of videos ago, not a normal thing for Newfoundland to be experiencing a bit of a drought, but it definitely has not rained as much as it used to lately. Come in and cut these trails back. Fall colors in the air, hey? It's been quite a while since we've been in this way. for it now. Overcast skies, so it's not too sunny and hot. No wind in here. Trails are really after closing in. I guess people are not using these trails very much. It's mine and Tyler's go-to route for many years. Although we'd usually be coming back this way, not going in. Three-way. Man, been a while since we've been here. Wow. Yeah, quite a while. So far, so good.
Our old stomping ground.
What?
Our old stomping ground.
Yeah. Yeah, back there is the car wash, right? Should go through it after on the way back. Yeah, we're just saying at the end that what a difference it is mudding on these, you know, versus the Renegades. But when we first got these bikes, I don't know, I personally anyway didn't really like the low gear. I just found it rev really high, because we were so used to on the old Renegade, you'd be in low gear a lot more than you are on these ones, right?
Oh, yeah.
Like I don't find I use low gear that hardly at all unless you're in some deep mud, right?
High, like, don't keep print of time.
Yeah, it's fine. And whereas in the other machines we were in low a lot, you know, and because the Renegades weren't limited, they were both flashed. There was no speed limiter in low, so if you were blasting up from one mud hole to the next mud hole, half the time I'd just leave it in low.
You just ripped 9,000 RPM.
Yeah, no big deal. But yeah, we haven't really been in a lot of mud on these. But what I do find is that I don't really like how high it revs when you're just driving on the trail in low. But when you do have some strain on the wheels, it definitely works well, I must say. Makes the bike feel really powerful. There's a trick there from my boy ATV Tom. No, I don't know, man. Mine comes and goes. It's been fine last few runs, but it's my boy ATV Tom. Congratulations on your new XMR. Just talking to him this morning. So here's the trick, man. Make sure it doesn't stay in sport mode. Make sure that when you start it again, every time you put it in sport mode, so you can get it in the fun mode, I call it. And it's so, I feel so nostalgic being on these trails. It's been so long. Making the transition from pure mud guy to trail guy has been fun, but I definitely, while I'm worried about breaking the bike, I definitely miss the mudding. I know some of you guys watching this video will be like, don't be such a wuss, you know, you gotta break it to fix it, you're not having fun if you're not doing it. But just keep in mind, dudes, I did that, man, for like close to a decade before we called it off. You know, and last going off, man, it's like we couldn't seem to get out for a run without breaking an axle or tearing a boot or some fucking sensor not working right or whatever. It was just a pain, man. It just got old, you know. But it's in our blood, the mud, and we miss it. We both miss it, so here we are today. Oh man, haven't seen this sketchy thing in a long time. Got more sketchy than it was last time. Although, you know what, I've never slipped off it. Fingers crossed. I've never slipped off it, but it always feels like you're going to. Let's see what it looks like here. Thing that's a pain in the butt about mudding style riding versus normal trail riding is it's so much harder to keep the camera clean when you're in the mud and water. Man, I sound like such a wuss. Mr. Octane ATV used to be such a hardcore mud guy. Like I said, man, times change. But not today. Today we're back to the old school. Coming up on the beaver dam here now shortly. Wow, so much water. Man, how much water there is. Like I said, it's a good thing. I'm not complaining about it. Seen us ripping here so many times. Look how it's crazy though, man. You know, I don't want to sound all like I don't believe in any kind of environmental damage that these machines do, because I definitely do. But we had this rutted out, man, like crazy. I'm just saying, hey, on the camera, like I'm not one to say I don't believe in any environmental damage or whatever that these machines can cause on bogs and whatnot. But this here, if you've seen over the years, if you go back to the Renegade videos, go back a couple of years in our channel, and you will see that we had this area here. I mean, there was no grass left. It was all mud. You see a number of videos on the old blue bike, especially. You start back here, and we would just rip it across there, and then we'd rip all across back this way.
Giant hole right there.
There's a giant hole in the middle, yeah. Remember I almost swamped that time because I had it in two-wheel drive? Yeah. She got close, man. It was up to the top of the horn. But now it's been, what, a year or more, 2 years or whatever since anybody's been in here, probably? And look at it. It looks like nothing's ever happened. I'm just saying, right? I'm not suggesting that we aren't damaging the environment, I guess, but...
It do grow back.
But it does grow back, obviously. Look at it. It doesn't look any worse for the wear to me. Right?
A bit of water around.
Yeah, man, more than I was expecting. I'm just saying that a couple times on the camera. Like, I wasn't... with the lack of rain that we've had, but I guess they've had more rain over in this area, man. Wow, that's like 3 or 4 good starts in a row now. Oh, good job, buddy, good job. 1,300 kilometers. Oh yeah, the friggin' old stump, man. You'd be coming out of here going full blast and hit the bike, go sideways on you, right? Yeah, if you look back, man, especially in the blue Renegade days, we pounded the crap out of them in here. We'd also start back here, rip it across here. I miss it. It's good old times, but it was expensive. But that, again, you know, that was pre-COVID days, right? So back then, if you blew a diff or something like that, you know, a brand new diff was $1,000, $1,200. Now they're 2,500 bucks, you know, and it's just I don't know, it's just hard to justify, man. It's not a matter if you can afford it, it's like, do you want to be affording it, you know? Centered. Run it out from 32s for all those years. That's the thing, right? Everybody's always so nervous now about these cutting out on you because of the issues they had before. I don't know either. I'm a bit nervous about it, though. I'm not gonna lie. We used to always just go right on through here, but just worried about it, man. Like I said, that's the worst part. The worst thing that Can-Am could have ever done was make people weary of putting them in water. If we look on the Renegade days, we wouldn't even think about that, right? You just go on through and that'd be the end of it. Oh. Nah, there's no trust in see, that's the problem, right? Although if it was going to cut out, it would by now. I don't know, maybe one of these days we'll gain the trust back. Just not there yet, man. I want to ruin a $10,000 engine to prove how much of a hero you are. You go right ahead. Stop rain. Once upon a time we've seen, sure, there's tons and tons and tons of videos on my Instagram, YouTube, all that kind of stuff about coming through here, and we would just go right on into that, man, never even think twice about it. Now granted, I mean, the machine was over up to the top of the fenders then, so if it was going to cut out, I'm sure it would have, but I don't know, still just makes you wary of it, man. Crap. She fell down the rut there. folks. The weather has turned on us a little bit here now. It's definitely
It feels like normal again.
yeah, we're back to normal, being out in the mud and rain. That's what we did for years. Anyway, it's crappy that it's hard to keep the camera clean, but we'll do our best. Feels weird to be in some mud, man. Years ago now, he'd just be like full steam ahead right there, right across the old beaver trench. Seen us cross that many times. Very deep hole that could swallow a machine in short order if you don't have enough speed momentum up. I'd say if we had the naders on here it'd be no problem, but without them, I don't know. Seems like you're asking for trouble. Straight across here, man, full steam ahead. But not going at that today. Where's he going now? Yeah, man, this place was our stomping ground for so long. It just feels so weird for it to feel foreign. We knew every inch of this place, man. Let's see what the camera's looking like. Try to keep it as clean as I can, guys. Not easy in this kind of weather. That must be where he went in right here. That's where he went in right here, I think. Yeah. God, we know went in here on a grizzly or a Kodiak or something. Went off and forgot their helmet by the look of it. Yeah, someone went off and forgot their helmet. Anyway, if you own a red helmet, it's in here. It'll go that way, I guess. Yeah. What about over here? It's the way we used to go. We're like mud amateurs now, man. Crazy. looks different. It really does. Hold on a second. Alright folks, the rain has not shagged off. It's raining more and more. I had to change my gloves out. We'll do our best to try and keep the camera as clean as possible, like I said back there, but only so much you can do on a day like today. Giver. Yes, many memories, man, from riding up here. Ripping the Renegades across here. I mean, they're still good, man. Oh, man. Yeah, we come down here, man, and just blast it across here. Dry underneath. You can tell, hey, because it hasn't had water on it in a while, because normally you just sink right into this. Like the back of our hand for years on end, but now it feels so foreign. It's crazy. There's like a newbie in here. Ugh, that's the stuff that tears your boots. This place looks tangly as heck. This hole here, man, I don't care how many, we went through here, I mean, hundreds of times. And don't matter how many times you do it, it's always a tangle. There's no easy path. There's no easy way. It doesn't matter which route you take, which line you pick. They're all a pain. Dash hasn't fogged up today. It's a good sign. Woo! Let's turn them off for a minute. Well, we made it.
Dude.
Probably our, well, it's definitely the first mud run on this one. Probably only the third or fourth on this one, maybe. I don't even know if you'd call what we did before a real full-on mud ride.
Still been pretty easy on them.
Yeah, definitely easier than we used to be, man. It's like I said earlier in the video, man. It's just, you can say whatever you want, really, about about doing or riding them easier and whatnot, not being so hard on them, but like, just tired of fixing it all the time. Yeah, I just get tired of fixing it after a while, man. It just gets old. Yeah, so I was saying that Tyler never seems to have any issues with his dash fogging up. But he's always, as you can tell, pretty good at keeping his machine clean and coated in SC1 or something similar. So I sprayed a bunch of the SC1 type of product, I don't even know what it was called, black tire wet or whatever it is, on the dash to see if creating a little layer of protection on the dash there to keep the water from coming in contact with it, maybe it wouldn't fog up. I don't know, this is the first test ride, so it's too early to determine if that's actually successful or not. But it didn't fog up today, so today's the prime kind of day that it would, you know. Yeah, I think both bugs performed really well today, actually. Happy with that. So that means we can still do a mud run when we want to. Nah, just go out that way, but we already came this way. Nothing proved there. For today, I think. Appreciate you watching. Catch you on the next one. Woo!